know, a little bit of a different thing going on here. I am driving. I don't know how long I'm going to be in traffic. So let those notifications go out. If you're going to leave comments in the chat, this is not going to be very long. But I wanted to get on here and tell you, I gotta keep the. I got the phone down. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit different. Don't be looking at my nose, whatever. But like I said, God put it on my spirit. I got one more thing. It's a Friday afternoon, and God's got me going to get something. He put on my spirit. I was like, okay. I said I need to go live, and I was thinking about taking y'all on my walk later on, but I don't even know what time that's going to be, and I always want to try to get up here and go live between 2 and 5 p.m. So I thank y'all for understanding that I got this a little bit different position. I see you, okay? I see you. Again, your comments, I'm going to need you to hit it on the replay, okay? So write them down, question, comments, whatever it is you have, write them down, and yeah, put them in the comments on the replay. I'm not going to be able to, while I'm driving, I'm not going to be in that live chat. So, and I haven't figured out how to turn that off just yet. So, if anybody does leave something in the live chat, it's going to fall by the wayside. I'm not going to get it. So, wait till the replay. Because God put it on my spirit to go get something. And so, I want to get on here. You're hearing the AC, the car, and all that. You might hear the occasional, outside traffic, whatever. Anyhow, I want to get on here and tell y'all what God revealed to me earlier this morning, because I was watching, those animated salt molecules we talk about, right? And I was trying to figure out, I said, we know they're not after food, and they're not after us. We know they're after the salt and the sugars. We know that it's frequency and vibration that activates them, and we know that it is the it's the frequencies that actually keeps them moving. And it made me think of the narcissist, because you know how we refer to narcissists as the parasites. Well, those animated salt molecules are also parasites, right? Well, not a coincidence then that we have a connection here. Because you know how we talk about low vibration, how narcissists are very much low vibing, right? They are low. Chosen ones, we're high vibing, right? We're always high energy. We can re-energize naturally because we have our God-given empathy. It is the empathy that allows us to re-energize naturally like this. So all it takes is for us to go, take a breather, take a few minutes, and we just re-energize naturally. We don't need external stimuli. Think about that for a moment. Okay, yeah, I know, growing up and whatnot, we've always felt the beat if we're, listening to music, external stimuli, and things like that. And so I said, okay, well, that being the case, yes, you dance, you get the beat, you're moving along with this, that, the other, but we don't need it to be energized. And so, yeah, and listen, y'all, I keep my apartment clean, okay? So I want y'all to unlearn the worldly garbage. So the Matrix tried to convince people that when you see those animated salt molecules, that's some sort of sign that you live in a dirty environment. No, it had nothing to do with that. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. I want y'all in the comments on the replay, I want you to type that in the comments, that everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. That includes us, okay? Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So, but you gotta have salt. You gotta have metal salts. You gotta have metals. You gotta have other things, okay, involved in the environment. Especially for humans on the inside. Right? It's got to be that salt in order for I'm telling y'all, oh my gosh, through the detox process, that was something else. Well, I was sitting in a restaurant and the music was going, and I could feel the excess salt molecule actually dancing. I felt it. It's not even funny. It was at the time, but you know what I mean. It is funny, but not funny at the same time. But I was like, you got to be kidding me. But seriously, that is exactly what happened, is that certain frequency energized certain metal salts. Remember, I've said before, even on the Patreon channel. Y'all, seriously, exclusive content that goes more in detail about all of this on the Patreon channel for as little as $5 a month. I'm telling you, it's well worth it, the value, and we keep it coming. But I wanted to bring this to YouTube real quick because it was such a major connection that I had not made yet. That these animated salt molecules and the narcissists, what they have in common, besides the fact that they're all parasites, but is the fact that low vibration is what keeps them actually moving. Like, you know, kind of like going day in, day out. You know how they're very routine. They're all marching to the same beat, the same drum. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. We see it out here. We see it inside the Matrix, how it's just so routine. It's stuck on repeat. So we're like, okay, well, what exactly does that mean when it comes to the animated salt molecules? Same thing. There was one that, like I said, dust, salt, dust. What did they just do the other day? They just did another high frequency and low frequency fire drill. The high frequency, beep, beep, and then you go outside and it, okay? That throughout the day, intermittently, okay? That activated the dust. Think about in between two walls. What is in between two walls? Okay, a lot of metal. You've got your copper tubing or pipes. You've got for plumbing, for the electrical stuff, right? You have electrical conduits. You have all kinds of metals in between these walls. And the metals will shed when the frequencies are right. Frequency, vibration, right? Shaking it, right? So it shakes some of the dust particles loose. And then it's dark. And in between there, because you got things plugged into the electrical sockets, right? So every time you operate one of those appliances, whatever it is, it heats up the internal socket, right? It heats up in between the walls, gives them that moisture. It's something for those animated salt molecules, okay, to bind together, to come together, to form whatever type of parasite it's going to become, depending on the type of metal. So that being said, like boom, I'm up and believe it or not, y'all, yes, I normally drink tea, but God put it on my spirit to have some coffee for a season again. Okay, so I'll share more with that. I'll share more with that elsewhere, but you know about that. But anyway, I'm watching this and it's just poof. Like, it seems like poof out of nowhere. I'm like, nah, you didn't come out of nowhere. I was like, I know you came from underneath them baseboards. I see you, right, because there's no crawl space in these apartments, right? There's no crawl space like there would be in a house. So you wouldn't see them, right? So underneath was concrete and sand. So what's in sand? Salt. Okay, so you have that as well. Now, energy, frequency, vibration. What would have been, okay, besides the fire drill energy and frequency and vibration, right? Okay, so that goes on intermittently for a whole day. So that basically, that just kind of like, ooh, that activates. All right, well, I was not there that entire day, all right? I was not there. That was just yesterday. Remember, we went live from this vehicle yesterday, okay? That the fire drill was going on this morning, okay? And I'm brewing a cup of coffee. What do you think that sound is? Right, it was the sound, it was the frequency and the vibration that, right, the one was already activated, but it was gravitating, right, it was gravitating toward the sound of the coffee maker. I said, oh my gosh, because I said, God's like, pay attention to the direction that it was going. And then what happened was the coffee maker stopped. It was a single serve, so it didn't take that long to brew the one cup. So it stopped. Now, when it stopped, so did the animated salt molecule. Think about it. Think about that for a moment. It stopped. So I was able, and so I got up, and it sensed my movement. It tried to run, but it didn't have enough energy. And I was able to go splat. Okay? It did not have enough energy. Now, how does that pertain to the narcissist and frequency? Well, because the narcissists are the same way. If you think about how the narcissist, okay, how they pretty much are glued to that the television, right? A lot of times, right? We've sat there and watched them watch that thing for like hours on end, right? And we're like sitting here going, how do they do that? Like, just sit there. Because all the frequency that they're taking in, it's that low vibration. And so that you see them get up, okay, at a certain time, at dinner time, certain sounds and frequencies activates their, oh, it's time to eat dinner. Oh, it's time to do this. Like Pavlov's dog experiment, right? Remember the bell? And then the dogs, whenever Pavlov would ring the bell and the dog would start to salivate because they associated the sound, you hear me now, follow, they associated that sound of the bell with food. Well, the same thing happened with perfectly programmed human beings as well, aka narcissists. The narcissists do the same thing, which is why they're stuck on repeat inside the matrix. They are stuck on repeat because they'll get up, right, at the sound of what? Usually, the alarm. Oh, it wakes them up. Gives them that energy that they need. Boom. Boost of energy. They get up. They go and they do what? What if they drink coffee? That's what they go get. They drink their coffee. By the way, y'all, a myth about caffeine, and there's more coming on this too later on. But caffeine, yes, it's a stimulant, but it actually does not lead to muscle tension. It's actually a muscle relaxer. Remember, everything we've been taught inside the matrix about something, you have to start to unlearn those lies and learn the truth, meaning the opposite. Okay, caffeine is actually a muscle relaxer. Think about it. You drink a cup of coffee, and what do you have to do with 5 minutes or so? Exactly. All right, you got to go to the bathroom because it relaxes those muscles. Now, the narcissist frequency and vibration, if you will, of the alarm clock, right? It gives them, right, it got them. And so now, so now they are, let's see, well, getting their coffee, getting up, get around, right? They turn on the television, they turn it on usually, and they're getting their news, whatever, what have you. And so they're doing that, and then they start getting ready for work. If there's, I watch there for a little while. It's just a matter of they get up, and then at a certain time, just like cha-ching, same time every morning, breakfast. Same time every morning, breakfast, cha-ching. And then whatever it was, 10 a.m. game show, boom, that's it, boom. Like clockwork. So predictable. And then for lunch, because they're retired, so it was if they were going to have lunch. But cha-ching, same time, every day. And then around 5 p.m. Eastern time, where I was, where I'm at, or 5 p.m. period, whatever, it was cha-ching, dinner time. You follow here. Frequency and vibration. It's like they're programmed. Their bodies, and not the TV going, they've got other things going, appliances going, what have you, and then outdoors, there's all that noise and pestilence. So there's always the frequency, because they need it. Now we understand why a lot of them always had to have noise on constantly, not just to numb the brain and drown out certain things, but also because that's what keeps them moving. Without that frequency, they've got zero energy. So now we understand, okay, the narcissist will always feed on external supply, right? Feed off of our energy. Now you get it. It wasn't just our energy that they were feeding off of. They want to drain chosen ones of their natural energy because they're jealous of it. Not necessarily because they need it. See, now we come to right? We're led to believe that narcissists need our energy. No, because there's plenty of frequencies all around them to keep them going. As long as they have the noises and the frequencies and all of that music, chimes outside, whatever it is. Okay, that's why if you were ever in a vehicle with a narcissist, they always had the music. Even if you were having a conversation, they always had the music going in the background, didn't they? Oh yeah, they could not take a road trip in just, I wouldn't say 100% silent, because you're hearing the tires on the road. That also is frequency. But you have to think about that. Narcissists are activated by the frequency. They cannot re-energize naturally on their own like chosen ones can. We don't need that. We don't need the cha-ching to tell us, oh, this is time to this. Cha-ching, it's time to do that. We're not stuck on repeat. Now, we do follow structures, yes. But that's the narcissist for you. Because I was like, okay. And then I thought about my air conditioner in my apartment too, because one time I also had one of those animated salt molecules do the same thing. I said, wait a minute. It was going toward the air conditioner. I didn't have anything else frequency-wise going in there. Nothing. Just the air conditioner. And it's been a little while ago, but now I connected the dot and I said, wait a minute. It was running into he was running in the direction of the air conditioner, because they're running towards the frequency. They're running towards the sound. Remember, these things don't have eyes, so they can't see. But they're going toward. They can smell and they can hear, and they're sensing, basically. Okay, they have sense, like a motion sensor, if you will. There you go. Okay, that they stop when the AC stops, because the air conditioner is on automatic, right? So it only runs for so many minutes at a time for each cycle. And so it was really cool, because I saw it running towards the AC. And then again, same thing happened as I got up. It sensed mine, but just not even a few little steps. And it did not have enough energy to keep going. So again, splat. So it just made me think about, if these narcissists don't get the necessary frequencies all around them on a constant basis, they have zero energy or any reason to keep moving. They're not able to keep moving on their own. They need that frequency. They are highly dependent on all things external anyway, so why would that be any different for external stimuli, right? External stimuli. And so that takes care of that. Okay, as far as narcissist and frequency, and I'm still processing this because it was a huge dot connection. And it also debunks a little bit of what we all used to think about how narcissists need our supply. Now, they do feed, okay, mind you, they love to get emotional reaction, which is emotional supply. They don't need it, but they feed on it, not out of necessity, but out of entertainment, out of giving themselves like that, the wicked type of pleasure, if you will. It's crazy making, but that's what they do. That's what a narcissist does. And so when you think about the all of that, and I got to figure out how I'm going to park here, because I don't want the sun on this. I don't mind it on me. But anyhow, they typically, yeah, that's not gonna work. Well, actually, you know what? I could get a little bit closer here to the actual front, but yeah, the narcissist and the frequency, that's that for them. Okay, that's that. They're not going to be able to survive without external stimuli. It's just not going to happen. Okay, they've got to have external stimuli. And then you're like, well, what about when they sleep? Well, when you think about when they sleep, okay, when you think about when they sleep, it's not necessarily so much about sleeping, because there's still things in the background. There's still noises and other things in the background. Okay, but because biologically, they've taken in enough frequency throughout the day in order for their biological body to be clicking while they sleep. Okay, and that's that. But I'm talking about radio frequency and how it does it, how it affects them, and that's why they are so highly dependent. Many of us have wondered, why is it that they always got to have noise all the time? They got to have all this noise. They can't stand the peace and quiet. They can't stand calm. They can't stand any of that for a long period of time. And that's why, because they don't know what to do about it. They don't know how to function when it is calm and high vibing all the time. They don't know how to function. That's outside of their frequency range. Let that sink in. Okay, it is outside of their frequency range. Okay, when they get around chosen ones who are, high vibing, it's outside of their range. Okay, and so when it's outside of their range, they don't know how to function with it. They don't know what to do about it. They don't like it. It's very uncomfortable for them. So, I keep that in mind. And that being said, it's one of them things where we have to remember that they're controlled by all things external. And I know it's difficult. And I see that you might be leaving some comments in the chat. And like I said before, because I did not pull up the chat before, make sure you leave those same comments, okay, in the comments on the replay so I can respond, okay, that way. I'll get them on the replay when the replay is ready for me to go and get to. But I wanted y'all to get some sort of a live, and you got to take a ride with me to the store. So the frequencies, the frequencies are outside of their range because they're always low vibing. That's their comfort zone, okay? That's what they like. They like that low vibration because it keeps them in line, right? It keeps them as workers and not as self-thinkers. They don't have self-thinking ability. Remember, I know y'all probably seen it, okay? But don't get too caught up in it. I understand, the whole Rockefeller thing. He wants a nation of workers and not self-thinkers. But here's the caveat there. He had to have self-thinkers because it's self-thinkers like ourselves who become the entrepreneurs that keep the entrepreneur industry going. Without us, you ain't gonna, never mind. Those types of entities, they need us just like they need them. It's remember, like evil plays both sides. So don't get too caught up in that narrative, okay? Don't let that get your spirit down or anything like that. There's no room for me. See, no, that's what it's supposed to. It's try to make you think that you have no chance as an entrepreneur. That's not true. So purge your subconscious of that. Don't get caught up in that rabbit hole fodder. I don't care about that family. I don't care about their agenda. I don't care about none of it. I care about doing what God called me to do, and that's exactly what we're doing. Chosen one, that's all we should care about, is what God called us to do, and not be all caught up in all these rumor mills and things like that about so-and-so who bought this country, who might have bought that country. Who cares? I don't care. We are God's chosen one, doing what God has called us to do, and can't no man or devil stop it. Glory be to God. So, that being said, remember, narcissists are highly dependent on external frequencies. That's what they need. They don't need our supply, though they feed on it because it's entertainment for them. So let that sink in, all right? Let that sink in. But now, real quick, as I wrap this short live up, okay, take y'all on a road trip, and you know what? You're going to see more of these. That's why I want y'all to get used to it. That when I do road trip live streams like this, okay, when I do this, I want y'all, again, get your notepad, get your pen, questions and comments, write them down, and then wait for the replay and put them in the comment there so that I can interact with y'all, because I'm not going to interact on a live chat while I'm driving or in the car where I got to pay attention a lot more because I'm in a more crowded parking lot. Whenever I go do car videos, there's spots that I go to that are pretty isolated in a way, back off the highway and not a whole lot of other people there. But when there's others around or whatever, right, God said be vigilant and aware at all times, okay? So never forget that. But real quick, on my way, before I went live in the car, in traffic, on my way, I looked over and I saw a sign that I don't know how I missed it, because I have come to this place several times since living here. But I noticed it today, of all days, and that's why it's in the title. And there's a place off the beaten path, apparently, and it says adult daycare. Yes! I said, did I just see that? And God's like, yes, you did. I went, oh no! Adult daycare. Yes! So it's not so much that narcissists, they don't want to, yeah, they just become, oh, our fellow warrior, glow in the dark ministry. If you go to our shorts feed, okay, the short playlist on this channel, I saved her short about narcissists and pull-ups. Okay, y'all, take a look at that. Right? It's Glow in the Dark Ministries, and that's hilarious because it's so spot on. Since narcissists refuse to grow up emotionally, they just become big kids now. So then, I just saw that yesterday, right? Yeah, just yesterday, I believe. Yeah, and so I saved it to our shorts playlist. And then today, I'm driving down the road, and I saw a sign that said adult daycare. Adult daycare. And I said, oh, that's for the narcissist right there. Okay, you all. So there you go. I got to go in here, and I got to get what God told me to get on my spirit. And, just keep on keeping on, y'all. And if I got time later on, we might jump back on. If not, I'm not going to make any promises. We're not going to future fake or anything like that. But just know that we're going to do some more of these. And again, like I said, have a notebook ready, a pen, and keep your comments, questions, and all that for the replay, okay? And that way I can interact with y'all in that way. All right, but yes, a lot to process. Still digesting a lot of it myself. And so just keep on keeping on, okay, y'all? Keep on keeping on. Glory be to God. Sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your continued support. Till next time, let's show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father. And you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.